Good morning, investors and traders. This is Naeem Azam, Chief Market Analyst at Trade, and welcome to our daily technical analysis video. In today's segment, I'll be looking at gold and Bitcoin prices. And the question that we will be really trying to answer is that which way are they really going to go? So let's have a deeper conversation around that. As always, it is important for me to go through this disclaimer, which is in front of you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me any questions. Now, folks, why don't we begin by looking at the gold price? Because we are not seeing much of a momentum in a gold price at all. Now, if you remember watching our last video, we did mention in that video that gold prices are likely to bounce from this particular support zone, which basically has happened. Now, what we're really seeing is a price kind of moving to the downside. I'm really talking about this downward pressure that we are seeing in terms of prices from here to here, that this downward trend is very much continuing in terms of prices, and it seems like the price may revisit this particular zone. However, in order for us to see that, what we have to do is we have to change the time frame. We have to go on to our 4-hour time frame and then see the price action and what it is doing from here. So on the 4-hour time frame, it becomes very clear that the price is in battle with the 50, which is in pink, and your 100-day simple moving average. Now, of course, the hope is that the price can stay above the 50, because if it can, that it means it is also likely to stay above the 100-day simple moving average. But folks, if the price breaks below these two moving averages, then we are really likely to move to the downside and revisit this particular zone. Now, in terms of divergence, we do have a very strong sort of a divergence coming in terms of an RSI, because the RSI has started to trade to the downside. And as for the price action, we are seeing very much of a sideways movement to, let's just say, still a small bit of a trend to the downside as well. But overall, if you see, the price is very much moving in its sideways trend, like over here. But the RSI is making a low, a lower low, and another low. But in terms of a price, we have a low and pretty much the same low as well. Of course, in terms of a highs, we can say this is a high and another lower high and another lower high. But clearly that the divergence is here, which is indicating to me that the chances are the gold price may resume its decline. However, as long as the price continues to trade above the psychological level of 1700, the chances are that we may see gold prices moving to the upside. So in order to summarize, what we really wanted to see for this gold trend to really continue is we want the price to break above the 50-day simple moving average, and then we want the price to break above that 1800 price level, resistance level, shall we say, which is also where the 100-day simple moving average is trading at as well. And only that will confirm that yes, bulls are back with full momentum and the price is really likely to continue its journey from there onwards. Now, in relation to Bitcoin price, folks, I have become a little bit more nervous about the price action, and let me explain to you why. Because if we look at the news flow in terms of a Bitcoin, we can clearly see for the last few days that there has been no shortage of a positive news. But are we seeing any important upside? Like, for instance, yesterday in our video we did discuss that Elon Musk announced that you can buy Tesla with Bitcoin. But the question really is, how many people are actually going to use Bitcoin to buy Tesla? Because Bitcoin has become a commodity, or it is a sort of it has become something which everyone believes now that the prices are going to go higher. So if it is something which is going to go higher, So you wouldn't really be using Bitcoin for that particular purpose to buy a car, a depreciating asset, and then selling your appreciating asset. So it doesn't really make that much of a sense. But nonetheless, the reason that I am becoming a little bit more cautious about Bitcoin price really is that we are not seeing the momentum coming back in Bitcoin price. Any positive news is really failing at the price to push it back towards its previous all-time high. In fact, what we are seeing is a consistency of lower lows. So this being a low, then we have another low forming where the price is forming it now. And the chances are the price will break below the 51,000, this 50-day simple moving average, which has been providing a support previously over here and over here, is likely to break. And if it breaks, then unfortunately the next move in terms of the price is really likely to be towards this particular area of support, which is around 43,000 price level, which we have seen in before, or perhaps below that price level just over here as well, which is just slightly above that 40,000 price level. So that is where we are really looking at. So if you are asking where are those important support zones after this one, so then the first important support zone is going to be just right over here, ahead of this 100-day simple moving average, between 42 to 44,000 price level. And if the price breaks that, then the next support zone for me is really going to be right over here where I'm drawing my price lines over here. So in between 36 to 39. Now let me change the color of this support zone, because obviously for our support zones, we always use green colors because it helps us to, when we look at the chart, to clearly differentiate whether this is our support or whether it is our resistance, because our resistance is in red color and our support is in green color. So again, to summarize, I think the chances are that the price may not be able to stay above this. If it stays above, then of course it is all is hunky-dory. Then prices are likely to continue and then move to the upside. But if it breaks, then we are really moving towards this 42 to 44,000 price level. That's all for now, and I'll see you guys next time.